All right, let's go to Mary in Little Rock. Hey, Mary, what's up?
Hey, John, long-time listener, first-time caller. How are you?
Nobody ever says that. That's fantastic.
Are you serious? I figured a lot of people say that.
No, it's because I don't have any longtime listeners. They listen once and they're like, I'm never listening to that stupid show again. Yeah. How are you?
I'm good.
So what's up?
Thanks for taking my call today.
Let's save the world.
Okay,
What's up?
All right, I'm going to give a really brief question, and then we can kind of dig into it if you want to, or you may have a really brief answer. So here we go. My question is, how can I be supportive of my husband's hobbies without feeling kind of resentful about the fact that they mainly take him, away on the weekends to do stuff?
Ooh, good question. Okay, tell me more.
So we have been married almost 3 years. We've got 2 kids under 2. We both work very intense full-time jobs. His job, he has kind of erratic hours, so he's not home a lot at night and some weekends anyway. And so that's why I kind of put so much emphasis on our quality time on the weekends. And then, every few months it's like, hey, I'm going to pick up this new hobby. And I'm like, what? Why? What are you doing? Anyway.
Okay, there's a few things at play here, okay?
Okay.
1, 2 kids, 2 and under, right? Or 2 kids under 2, right?
Yes.
Okay. Y'all are in a season that is not going to last forever, okay?
Right.
So I want you to, let that be the sidewalk that we're going to walk on together. This season will pass, okay? The second thing is, I want to hear from you about quality time. When you talk to your husband about quality time, tell me how that conversation goes.
When I say, I think we need to spend more time together, it's doing stuff as a family. And it's not being in the same room while he's on his phone or, while I'm entertaining our kids. I really try, I try and explain what quality time means to me, and I don't always feel like that gets heard, I guess.
Okay. So I'm going to make myself a little note here so I can circle back to it. Okay. Tell me about his hobbies. What are we talking about here?
Hunting, fishing, all the things that go along with those, mainly.
Hunting and fishing. So we're in the summer here, so we're getting to the end of fishing and about to start the hunting season, and you're already anticipating losing him for the next few months, right?
Well, I try to be understanding about certain seasons of hunting because it's seasonal, and I know it's only a certain period of days where he can do certain hunting, and I'm like, okay, but for example, a few months ago, he traded some piece of hunting equipment for a fishing kayak. And then it became, I'm going to go fishing every weekend in this new fishing kayak. Mm-hmm.
So tell me, there's something beneath the time thing here. What is it?
What do you mean?
He makes declarations and switches hobbies with some regularity. So is it the spending that's driving you crazy? Or is it
No, it's not.
Okay, is it the perception that you're stuck at home? You could say, I'm just going to go kayaking every weekend, but you are looking at these 2 little kids and you think, I can't. I'm here. And is it the freedom that he feels like he has to just head out? Is that the resentment?
I think that's what it is. And it's not that I have all these hobbies that I want to be doing because I love spending time with my kids, especially since I don't see them much during the week. But I think it's the freedom, of he can say, well, I'm going to go do this today. And I'm like, okay, I guess you're going to do that today.
but
I can't really do
the resentment
that.
there is, and it's a common resentment. It's not that, you said it perfectly. It's not like you want to be out hunting. It's that you want him to want to fulfill your picture of what a Saturday would look like. Here's 2 incredible things, okay? Number 1, my guess is, and you could say, John, you are wrong. We are good at this. If you're good at it, you would be in the 1% of the 1%, okay, of married couples with 2 kids, 2 and under. Have you heard me talk about pictures and words here?
Yes.
Okay. is that
I'm
you
a
have
long-time listener. Come on.
okay, that you have a very clear picture in your head of what time is with family time looks like, and that we're not doing a great job of communicating that to your husband. And he has a very clear understanding of here's what I need, and he communicates that with I'm going to go kayaking every day. Because my guess is kayaking or getting out in nature or whatever the thing is also fuels a couple of things for him. Number one, he has 2 kids, 2 and under, and he feels like he's lost his wife. Number 2, he's got 2 kids, 2 and under, and he loves his kids with all of his heart, but he's got some skills that he doesn't understand. And so it's natural to want to lean into the things that I'm good at. I know how to hide in the woods and shoot a deer. I do not know how to entertain a 7-month-old. And without some intentionality, I'm just going to lean this away. And if this hobby doesn't fulfill it, I'll find this one. And this one, I'll fulfill it. All we're doing is just trying to find something that's going to fill that gap. And now we're just talking past each other. My guess is he would want more than anything in the world is to be a participant in the life of his wife and kids. And being out in nature, going out and exhaling and finding hobbies and things like that are really important for people. So it's twofold. You need to find some hobbies.
Okay.
And y'all need to come to terms with, hey, so I'm a big hunter. I'm out. I don't talk about it a lot because I know people don't like it. I'm out in the woods a lot. And this past fall, I traveled all over. And so my wife and I had some conversations like, here's what I need. I need your presence here. And she's got things that she likes to do. So I need to go do my hobbies too. And so I had to make peace with, I'm on the road a lot. So the time I'm going to spend in the woods is going to be less this year. But it's a conversation we had together. But it was very needs-based. Not, I need you here just sitting on the couch. No.
Right. Okay.
I need your son and daughter need their daddy. And here's what that looks like. And I need you to be on the floor with us. I need you to be here for 4 hours because I need to go do some hiking on my own, right? Instead of saying, well, you get to do this and I get to do that. And so now I'm just pissed off and I'm mad at you. You know what I mean? Because then it becomes about the hobby, and the hobby is not the issue. The issue is I've got a picture of what this weekend's going to look like, and you have a picture of what the weekend's going to look like, and now we're just talking past each other. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yep, that makes perfect sense.
And all of that on top of your body's a human jungle gym. Nobody's sleeping, and you're working. He's probably not made the adjustment like most young dads don't make the adjustment on your domestic responsibilities increase 50%. I need you here, and here's what I need from you. Here's what this looks like. And so having a conversation about what needs look like, and y'all have to do that probably every month or two because they're going to change. These kids are going to change like crazy. Is that hard? Can you hear that?
Yeah. I mean, I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
But you don't like that. Tell me why I don't like it.
No. It's not that I don't like it. It's a communication thing that we need to work on. I mean, I see what you're saying, but I had been focusing so much on the actual hobby that I don't think I was zooming out and looking at maybe it's not the fact that he does X or Y. It's the idea behind why he's doing it. So I think that makes sense.
Or let me say it this way.
Okay.
There's him walking in all gross and dirty and stinky, covered in camouflage, whatever, at dark. And he had said he's going to be back at 2 or 3, and he gets back at dark. And you're mad, and you start telling yourself stories about being mad and what he's doing out there, and he doesn't appreciate all the crap you do. And you work a job too, you're right. So the story machine's running, and he gets home, and you're like, I can't, no more hunting, no more.
Yeah.
There's that. And then there's a Tuesday evening after the kids are down, and you'll exhale, and you have a weekly, what's our picture look like for this week meeting? And you look at him across the table and say, I miss you. I miss you. And everything in our world has blown up. It's all different. It's good, but it's all different now. And I'm tired. You're tired. We're both working really hard. I miss you. and we got to rebuild something new. We got to recreate something new because multiple human bombs have gone off in our home, and so we're gonna have to rebuild something new. That's a totally different conversation because it will eventually get to the story I tell myself is every free moment you have, you'd rather spend it not with us.
That is the story I tell myself.
Right. But if you tell him, you'd rather be hunting than being with your kids.
Yeah.
Now I'm lobbing grenades. If you tell him, the story I'm telling myself is you would rather be sitting in the woods covered in a dead animal's blood than holding your kids. That's the story you're telling and that's a much different approach. One of those turns him on his default setting, and he's gonna get Sunday dad grumpy, right?
Yeah.
Or he's gonna get angry and yell. Which one is he?
Yeah. Angry and yell.
Okay. Yeah. You're always yelling around here. No. Hey, it scares me when you yell. See the difference there? It makes me feel unsafe when you yell and scream like a child in the house. I'd much rather you go for a walk and then come back and say, hey, here's what I'm struggling with or wrestling with. Those two approaches get to the same issue, but one is a path of war and one is a path of, hey, help me out here because I don't feel safe. Or the story I tell myself, I'm taking ownership of this. See the big difference there?
I do.
Okay.
And there's a big difference. You're right. Yeah. I see it.
I find that it helps me to write things down before I enter into a conversation with my wife on these topics. A good example happened just yesterday. And by the way, the more we make these regular occurrences, the better our relationships get. Kelly and I and Joanna, who works in PR here, we did a quick 28-hour trip, 36-hour trip to California, which is 2 time zones out, right? It's a long trip. We had an incredible experience with the Mind Pump guys, and we'll have some shows coming out about that later on, but great trip. The trip was awesome. And as we were coming back, we got home at 4 a.m. is when I rolled in. And I had a picture in my head of what homecoming was going to look like. It's 100% a story I told myself, made up the whole thing. And then it didn't happen. And my daughter's going to art camp, and my wife was getting her ready, and it just didn't happen in the way I had pictured it in my head. And then I started getting defensive about it. And then all of a sudden I find myself getting mad. Like I just, not mad like you, not yelling, but I feel mad in my chest like, man. And then I had to pull the thread on that very quickly. And it was, oh yeah, I told myself a story about what homecoming was going to look like. And it doesn't look like that. Okay. And then I can grieve it real quick and be like, man. And then my wife and I are going to have our weekly meeting, and I can say, hey, this fall when I'm traveling, here's what homecoming, like I get these pictures in my head of what this looks like. And then I feel like it does. Right, so I can take ownership of this and realize that she didn't do anything to make me mad. My wife didn't. My daughter didn't. My dogs didn't. The chickens didn't. I owned the whole narrative walking into this. And in this case, maybe he is, like I've got friends who are hunters and fishermen that they disappear. It's their mistress. They cheat on their spouse with their hobbies or playing guitar or whatever the thing is. I get that. And that's a hard conversation that everybody's got to have, but it's always done better with the story I'm choosing to tell myself is this. That's a great entry point versus if you go hunt, right? And man, Mary, he's lucky to have you. He's lucky to have you.